Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technology Tuesdays, hosted by Out of the Box Technology. My name is Jennifer Darachuk, and I will be your moderator today. If you have any questions as we go through the presentation, you can go ahead and send those to me in the GoToWebinar question panel, and we'll be sure to address your questions at the end of the presentation. A little bit about Out of the Box Technology, if this is your first time joining us. We are a team of QuickBooks experts that can do training, integration, hosting, and support surrounding all versions of QuickBooks. We also have a great team of bookkeepers that do recurring bookkeeping services and a development team that does website development, custom app development, and data migrations. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome our friends from Qvinci, who will be delivering a great presentation, so I hope you are all ready for that. Just a few housekeeping items before I introduce Joseph and let him take things over. Here are our learning objectives for the presentation today. These learning objectives are now available for all of our Technology Tuesdays as we are offering continuing education credits for these live webinars. So you'll see these learning objectives at the beginning of all of our sessions. Hopefully these are met throughout the presentation. A couple other things about the CPEs. We'll have some polling questions throughout the presentation. So as those come up, if you can be so kind as to participate in the polls. And then after the session is over, you will receive a very short survey just to provide a little bit of feedback about today's presentation. So with those couple of things out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to Joseph at Qvinci Software, and he will take it away. Joseph?
Fantastic. Jennifer, thank you for the introduction.
Of course.
Allow me to share my screen out here. Can you make, if you made me presenter, Jennifer, I should be able to.
Yep, so I made you the presenters.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
There should be a little drop down. Yeah, you can select which screen to share.
Yeah, hang on a second, folks. All right, I do have, let me make sure. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second so I can make sure I'm sharing what I want to share here.
Sure thing, of course.
All right. Can you see the first slide in the presentation I have that says enabling profitable growth?
Yes, it looks great. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. Again, my name is Joseph Pelletier. I'm a Senior Solutions Consultant here at Qvinci. Today's discussion will focus on how firms are scaling advisory services by providing clients with easy-to-understand financials and actual business intelligence that motivates business owners to seek help in correcting issues negatively impacting their bottom line. Implemented by accounting firms of all sizes, Qvinci solves the needs of today's busy accountants by saving significant time processing client files while giving staff access to the reporting tools needed to shift client relationships from one of compliance to consultancy, what the Woodard Network refers to as the transformative advisor. These next 40 minutes or so are going to provide a baseline of understanding of how accounting firms are increasing profits while better serving their client needs. In the interest of time, if you folks can hold your questions until we get through this presentation, I'm more than happy to and looking forward to answering any questions you have. Let me start by sharing a little bit about who Qvinci is. Qvinci is the gold standard provider of automated reporting, business intelligence, data consolidation, data collection, account mapping, and workflow management solutions for accounting firms that use all forms of QuickBooks, as well as Xero and Excel. Our patented technology optimizes operational efficiencies through automating and templating client reporting, as well as eliminating redundant tasks, allowing accountants to provide clients with value-added insights, including dashboards, peer benchmarking, KPI building, trend analysis, and more in a fraction of the time and cost that firms currently spend on these manual processes. So let's talk about how we impact firms. With unlimited free user licenses, our technology facilitates the advisory, audit, and tax department's ability to A, increase billing realization because accountants can manage more clients now in the same amount of time. B, improve staff utilization through automation, reducing the cost and time of processing your clients' files. Uh, C, return completed work to clients in a more expedient fashion. And most importantly, Qvinci empowers accountants and staff to be viewed by clients as a value added advisor by cost effectively providing the actionable data and business intelligence that today's decision makers and business owners desire and require. That motivates them to engage you in your advisory services. Best of all, firms find that Qvinci is easy to implement, easy to use, and pays for its nominal cost many times over. So,
Steph, sorry, I just wanted to jump in real quick. We're still seeing your first slide. I just want to make sure you weren't starting to go through the deck and maybe your screen was frozen.
oh, okay. Why? My apologies.
That's okay. No, it's no problem. There we go. I see who Qvinci is. Yep, how Qvinci impacts.
Okay. My
Perfect.
apologies, folks, for that.
No worries. You were explaining it
Okay.
pretty well.
Excellent. Okay, let's talk about the benefits to your staff. Now, according to our firms, and we poll our firms regularly on this, Qvinci's single login access and visibility into their clients' GL through Qvinci's secure portal, combined with the automating the processes around financial data collection, consolidation, account mapping, and report publishing, has reduced the time to process a client's files by between 28 and 32%. This now frees up more time for accountants to spend consulting with clients, resulting in higher levels of client satisfaction and billing realization without working any more hours. So let's talk about accounting environment today. I want you to consider the financial opportunity. Most clients have issues that negatively impact their bottom line, which could easily be addressed through your advisory services. Yet, most clients are not engaged in these advisory services. Why is that? Well, here are three indisputable facts. Human nature dictates that people will not spend additional money, especially at a higher billable rate, to help resolve issues that they do not recognize and do not understand. Number two, most small business owners don't understand traditional financials. Thus, they are not motivated to reach out for help because they don't even realize that they need help and can be more profitable. Three, people are typically motivated by four primary things. Those are fear, uncertainty, doubt, and greed. Now, the first three are much more powerful than the fourth. Thus, if accountants don't learn how to communicate financials in a manner that their clients can understand, that motivate clients to address their financial issues, advisory engagement will not occur. Thankfully, the reporting and business intelligence available through Qvinci has proven to bridge this communication gap. Now, let's talk about catalyzing these opportunities. Qvinci's actual reporting will catalyze advisor opportunities with your clients by providing them with easy to understand insights into where that client's business is doing well and areas that require attention. We use red and green arrows, positively and negatively trending charts and graphs to do this. Feedback shows that clients who receive actual business intelligence are far more likely to view their accountant as a strategic advisor and are far more likely to be long term clients who will spend more money with the firm as well as refer other friends and coworkers. Too many clients, specifically those that are not receiving any periodic financial reporting, are going to be at some level of retention risk because they typically view their accountant as a commodity. And I imagine there's no one here today that wants to be viewed or billed as a commodity provider. To resolve this issue, firms use Qvinci's report packaging and publishing capabilities for all of those clients, all of their clients, especially the clients who currently don't receive any reporting. With 3 clicks of a mouse and an email, any client can now receive these actionable financials. Since this is the direction most firms are taking, let's have a look now at what Qvinci's reporting looks like. Hopefully I can correctly share my screen this time. Okay. Is everyone, Jennifer, can you confirm everyone sees the first page of this report package for the Qvinci Dental Group?
Yeah, it looks very clear. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. So the idea, folks, is really straightforward. We have, as a starting point, over 70 GAAP-styled report templates that you can use out of the gate. All of these are going to be far and above what you can natively get out of the QuickBooks. The idea is that for any particular client, you will have a memorized collection of these various report templates, a report package. Simply click a green button for that client for that report package, and this report package we are about to review will be ready for your client in 30 seconds or less. Typically, all accounting firms will have a standardized report package. You're going to have as many different report packages as you need because different clients will have different needs, of course. As we view this particular report package, this is, in fact, a consolidation of multiple QuickBooks files. For those of you who aren't aware of this, Qvinci holds multiple international patents for mapping disparate charts of accounts to a standard chart of accounts for consolidation. If you have multi-entity clients that require consolidation, you'll absolutely want to have a closer look at this. The report package we're looking at is based on a consolidation of 4 QuickBooks files in our demo site entities. Starting off with a cover page that will automatically pull in the name of your client here. You'll want to have your logo and company information down here in the bottom right. Secondly, most accounting firms will have a disclosure page, and you'll also have an area here that you can write some custom notes to your client before sending off this report package. Now, let's get into how we drive those advisory services. Right in the front of this report package, we put a collection of business intelligence tools. Simply, in this case, we start with a period-over-period view of the 20 most popular ratios that accountants typically discuss with their clients. We make it as clear as possible to that client by associating red and green arrows. Green arrows are the good news for the client. The red arrows are the ones that will motivate them to proactively pick up the phone and engage you in your advisory services. The idea is to immediately bring to the attention of your clients areas of their business that can be addressed for further profitability, knowing and understanding that, in general, the average business owner has little to no ability to read a P&L or balance sheet, and certainly not discern from that areas of the business they can address for further profitability. So, we start by bringing to the client's attention areas of their business that can be addressed. By the way, I should mention that when it comes to period-over-period views, you can have any period-over-period view you want. Current month versus same month last year, as we are viewing now. Year-to-date totals versus same period last year, and you can have multiple KPIs in any report package. Going further, we have an income and net income analysis report. There's quite a bit of information going on in this report, all visually set up in charts and graphs for the client's clear understanding. So we have income and net income in the darker colors based on current year's data, and then the passive colors being last year, so they can compare visually period over period for any given month. Now, the real purpose of this report is that you folks all know that there is a lot of knobs that can be turned between total income and net income to increase profitability. So what the client wants to understand is that the net income visually should mirror or be better than what is represented in total income. Otherwise, when we look at discrepancies like the month of February, likely there is an expense control conversation that will need to take place with that client. Again, charts and graphs making it really easy for clients to understand their financial positions. So, all of these business intelligence tools are meant to work hand in hand. We start with the KPIs, identify for that client areas in their business that they can address for further profitability based on those red arrows. We looked at income and net income analysis, and now we have a report that automatically identifies and stack ranks the top 10 expenses for either a given QuickBooks file, or in the case of this particular report package, it is doing so on the consolidated basis, consolidation of multiple QuickBooks files. It then compares the expenses year over year, graphs that out for your clients. So you can imagine how much easier it will be for clients to stay focused on controlling those expenses most impacting their bottom line. Also, probably an excellent starting point when you sit down to advise that client on their business. Okay, in the business intelligence section of this report package, next up, we put this together and we create a trending forecast. We start to introduce traditional financials with a snapshot of last month's performance. And then we pull the year-to-date data, look at the year-over-year variance on that, and the last 90 days actuals. We apply an algorithm that will project the next 90, 180, 270, and finally produce that 12-month forecast. Again, all of the business intelligence tools meant to work hand in hand. Bring to your client's attention areas that can be addressed for further profitability. Month over month, as you engage in your clients, proactively ask you to engage in your advisory services, you'll be addressing those red arrows. It's unlikely for any particular client that you could address every single one of those red arrows in a given month. The idea is that you pick the ones you can most easily address and then work month over month with that client. So that if I play the role of a client for a moment, as I work with your firm, say over the next 5 months, I spend $5,000, $6,000 in advisory services for your firm. And at the end of that time period, I can now see that I'm projected to have an additional $200,000, let's say, in revenues. That ends up being an excellent return on my investment for your advisory services. Not only that, what it really does is now positions you folks as a strategic advisor to my business. You are no longer just someone doing my books. You're someone that I can count on as a trusted advisor. I can't state the importance of that enough. That is where the industry is moving, and this is where you folks want to be and position yourself. Okay, continuing the report package, I call this a point of demarcation simply because if the client never looks past the business intelligence section of this report package, they will have a very clear understanding of where their business is trending and at least a starting point of a discussion with you. Nonetheless, we are going to include any set of traditional financials you want after the business intelligence section. In this case, we have a consolidated balance sheet, AP and AR aging. Each of these is a report template. Of course, we have another version of this report package where there is no AP and AR because it's only relevant to certain clients. The next report here is going to be a side-by-side entity comparison. As I mentioned, this is a consolidation of multiple QuickBooks files for these locations in our demo environment. The total is on the right-hand side. The only difference between this report package and the one you would generate for a single entity client is, of course, going to be this side-by-side entity comparison. Next in our report package, called this traditional financials, a period-over-period P&L, current month versus same month last year. Looking at Qvinci will give you the auto calculation on the dollar diff and percent diff. I should mention that every one of our report templates is customizable what you want to see in it, as well as if you want to change colors to match your branding, things like that. Next, in this particular report package, put in the year to date and look at that year over year as well. And then lastly, in this particular report package, going to be a trailing 12. Always helpful information to clients and typically time consuming to put together. And this entire report package can be generated for a client again in 30 or less seconds per client. Having reviewed that report package, let me take you folks into our platform a little bit and give you a little bit of a tour and a guide through at least the cursory overlook of that. And if you'll give me, again, one moment to share out my appropriate screen. All right. Jennifer, would you confirm that you're seeing the login page to our demo site?
Yeah, that's what we're seeing.
Fantastic. Okay, folks, I'm about to get into our demo system. Let's talk about a couple of things. First, let's talk about data security. That's something that should be on everyone's mind. Qvinci, our platform, is hosted at Amazon Web Services, AWS. That's the same place Intuit hosts QuickBooks Online, SOC 1, 2, and 3 compliant. Just be assured that the mirror image of your client's financial data that we hold is going to be safe and secure completely. Now, everything in Qvinci is permissions based. So whether an accountant logs in and can only see the files for the clients they work with, or whether someone's going to want to log in to see every client file connected with Qvinci, or perhaps you'd like a client to be able to log in and see the dashboards or run some of their own reports. Everything's permissions based. We have 8 different levels of permissions, and we'll show you how to grant permissions any way you need to. I will log into our demo site, and I'll give you folks an idea of what you're looking at here. As a starting point, one great benefit of Qvinci will be single login access to be able to see all the data in all of your clients' files. That means you do not need to log into various QuickBooks files to get that data. How do we get the data from the QuickBooks files? When it comes to QuickBooks Online or Xero for that matter, very straightforward. We auto-sync the data from those platforms once a day, every single day in the middle of the night. You can also manually sync data whenever you like from a QuickBooks or Xero file. Couple clicks of a mouse and you're manually syncing that data, and that way you're always looking at the latest and greatest in Qvinci. For users of QuickBooks desktop files, the manual sync works the exact same way. The auto sync works slightly different. We have a sync agent that is installed wherever that file is being hosted, whether it's at the firm site or a client site or a third-party hosting provider. That sync agent can only see the data in the QuickBooks files that you want it to see, and that's how that data gets up into Qvinci. So again, single login access to be able to see all your clients' files and all the data in those files. So gone are the days of a client calling in and asking for information on their files and you having to call back in a couple of hours to get into that QuickBooks file. You now have immediate access to the data and the ability to drill down into the GL. For example, AR here, I can drill down, static report, basic reports, but immediate access to the data in the files, and I can now export this as a PDF or Excel as needed. Now, returning to the portal, you also have the ability to drill down into the GL, interrogate underlying transactional data. In combination with this capability, we have a JE management tool that allows you to write JEs in Qvinci, and upon approval, allow those JEs to get pushed back into that QuickBooks file. When diving into the GL, you can look at a specific account name or all account names. You have a predefined number of predefined date ranges to choose from, or you can create a custom date range by month. I will tell you that Qvinci stores 2 years worth of previous financial data as well as the current year to date. So you always have at this point 2017, 2018, and year-to-date 2019 to report against. I'm going to drill down into the GL here, and what you're going to notice is that a number of these accounts are highlighted in purple. It is telling me there's a pending JE, that account. So let's have a look. The way that's reflected in the portal is that if there is a JE that has been created but has yet to be approved, this window will turn from clear to red. Now, again, based on permissions, oftentimes firms will have junior accountants have the capability to create a JE, but only senior management have the capability to review it, approve it, and allow it to be pushed back into the QuickBooks file. If I drill into the JE window here, you will see a history of all JEs previously posted to the QuickBooks file, who created it, when they were approved and pushed, and these that are waiting for approval. I'll click the edit button simply so you can see that the interface is exactly the same as it is in QuickBooks. Once you confirm or make any corrections to this, confirm it's correct. Once this is approved in the QuickBooks desktop world, the next time Qvinci syncs with that file, that JE gets pushed into that QuickBooks file. In the QBO world, by definition, those files are always open, and that JE would push immediately into that QBO file. All right, pushing on from the portal, we'll start to look at some reporting via the dashboard. We do have dashboards. These are pretty pictures. Typically, clients like to see. They'll be helpful to you folks, perhaps in the course of advisory services, just providing the 1,000-foot overview of how any client's business is performing. As you can see, I hover over these. I'm getting some numbers out of these graphs and charts. Pretty pictures. Nothing too special to our dashboards. They're not as yet customizable. You have a choice of any of these 10 different widgets that you can view, and every user can order them any way they want. Now, here in the filter entities, this is going to be applicable to your multi-entity clients. In this case, as you can see, I am looking by default at a consolidation of all 20 QuickBooks files in our demo environment. If I now want to apply this filter, only look at this one location, Qvinci quickly updates, and I'm now looking at the financial data for just that single location, that single QuickBooks file. On the left here, we have quick filters. You can use any criteria you want to quickly group together different elements, different files, locations within a client's environment. In this example, I quickly want to see how my 3 locations in the western region of the state are performing. Apply that filter, select all. I'm now looking at a consolidation of those 3 particular QuickBooks files. Lastly, what I will show you folks in the back end of Qvinci is just exactly how that reporting we've reviewed comes together. So, in our libraries here, you're going to have 4 different tabs. Pinned is going to be, as I select a client, in this case the Qvinci Dental Group, typically you'd only have 1 or 2 different report packages pinned to that client. So that you click on that client, these are the report packages that you've already put together for that particular client. Literally going to decide what entities I'm running that against. Again, whether I want to run it against a single QuickBooks file for this client, single location, or do I want to run that against the consolidation of multiple files? It doesn't matter. In this case, I'll grab multiple files. Apply those filters. I want to run the report package we reviewed earlier. Click the preview button. Qvinci will double check me. Yes, I'm reporting against those 4 entities. Hit this little green button, and Qvinci will go out and it will pull the data from 4 different QuickBooks files in this case, and hydrate each of those dozen or so report templates that we reviewed. And I won't take your time by watching you have this spin out, but in another 15-20 seconds, that report package will be ready for download. Ready for download, we'll convert it to a PDF. I attach it to an email, and off it goes to my client. Just that easy to produce reporting now for your clients. starting point in Qvinci is always going to be looking at the gallery. Again, I mentioned we have about 70 different report templates here that you can review to start as a starting point. Won't spend much time reviewing these. You'll get inside of Qvinci and you'll start deciding which of these report templates is going to be applicable to your firm standard package. And again, you're going to have multiple packages depending on the type of client it is. Now, Qvinci reporting is agnostic to the chart of accounts, so that the same report package that maybe be applicable to a medical firm can be applicable also to one of your manufacturers. It doesn't matter. If you want to either create a report package from scratch based on these templates, and I should mention that each report template in the Qvinci gallery is customizable. You can add charts and graphs to any of the report templates, and part of working with Qvinci is that you will have unlimited access to our support team. We'll train you in whatever ways you need to produce reporting you need for your clients. But let's have lastly, let me show you the package editing tool. This is the report package that we looked at earlier. These are the different elements in that report package, the different report templates. Simply, let's say I have a client and the AP is applicable, but AR is not. I'm going to remove it from that report package. And all of these reports from the gallery on the left are available for me to simply drag and drop. Perhaps a cash flow report. By default, that'll come at the end of that report package, but maybe I want that cash flow to come right after my balance sheet. If you load your budgets into QuickBooks, we have some great budget versus actual reporting. Let's throw one of those templates in there. And have it appear after the cash flow, for example. It's just that easy to create a new report package. I save as. We start all of our accounting firms with 5 different report packages. Typically, one of those packages will be applicable to 70% of your client base. And then your other 30% of your clients may require some more unique reporting. Again, whether we incorporate a cash flow report, BVA, whatever it may be. I can now save that report package as either a particular client's name or something more generic, because I may use that exact same report package for other clients as well. So, with that being said, and having walked you through the back end, hopefully giving you an idea of how easy it is to use Qvinci, let me return. Let's summarize what we've looked at here, and then I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And Jennifer, if you confirm you are seeing my screen, and I should see why firms implement Qvinci. Have I managed to show
Yep,
this correctly?
you're perfect. You're right there.
Fantastic. Okay, excellent. So as a recap, folks, Qvinci solves the needs of today's busy accountant by saving time accessing and processing a client's file, while giving staff the enhanced reporting tools needed to facilitate advisory engagements, by providing the actionable data and business intelligence that today's decision makers and business owners desire and require. Additionally, Qvinci's automated reporting and enhanced analytics are proven to help firms land new clients through differentiation by offering them value-added insights like the business intelligence tools reviewed that clients are not accustomed to receiving. I'll leave you with a couple of reviews of Qvinci. William Murphy of Insightful Accountant stated, "How can you possibly not be jumping up and down, screaming at the top of your lungs, I want it now." I think you'll agree with me. It's nothing like anything you've seen before. No need to go jumping up and down, folks. I'm about to share my contact information, and I would welcome the opportunity to discuss specific initiatives of your firm and take you folks through a personalized demonstration, whether it be for your team or whoever may want to see this. Bob Volpe, Chief Operating Officer, Volpe Consulting and Accounting Services. tells us that Qvinci solves one of the biggest challenges facing accountants and business consultants today: how to meet the needs of an increasingly sophisticated client base. The real question I pose to you folks is, what is holding you back from implementing this proven value-added resource? And lastly, before we take some questions and open this up for discussion a bit, allow me to share out my contact details. Folks, feel free to copy this down, take a picture of it, take a screenshot, what have you, and do not hesitate to reach out if you want to learn more about how we can be of help specifically to your firm. Thanks, everyone, for taking some time to get acquainted with how Qvinci's automated reporting, business intelligence, data consolidation, mapping, and workflow management solutions positively impact an accountant's ability to facilitate additional advisory services, again, by providing the easy-to-understand, actionable financial insights that your clients require. With that being said, allow me to open this up to questions. I'm not sure if I can see them, but anybody may have some questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joseph. We have one question coming in, and I'm also going to run a couple of our polls as well as giving everyone a chance to ask a few more questions. But the first one you can address while I run the first poll is, does Qvinci only work with QBO, or does it also integrate with other versions of QuickBooks or other accounting solution softwares?
Fantastic question. Thank you for whoever asked that question. We work with all forms of QuickBooks. We can integrate with QuickBooks Online, just about any version of desktop your clients may have. Other platforms we do integrate with would be Xero, as well as a very little used platform called MYOB, but all versions of QuickBooks, absolutely. Fantastic question.
Awesome, thank you. So with that, I'm going to run our first poll. One of the questions that you had sent over, Joseph, is what percentage of your clients receive monthly reporting? So I'll let everyone take a few seconds, just kind of answer where their clients are at as far as the type of reporting that they're receiving, this monthly reporting percentages here. And it looks like a lot of the people answering are saying that our fourth choice here, majority of clients, is who are receiving monthly reporting. So good news, right?
Yeah, that is fantastic. And I think that with that being said, and that question answered, and I appreciate everyone's feedback. It's always valuable insights to us. I would say that would consider then, how long is it taking you to produce these clients' reportings? And more importantly, what feedback and results are you getting by producing that reporting? Are you getting your clients to proactively want to engage you in your advisory services? Because this is exactly where Qvinci comes in. Again, business intelligence that clients can clearly understand and react to.
Absolutely. The next question that we had come in, and then I'll run another poll question, is can you just talk about the pricing structure for Qvinci?
Sure, absolutely. It's a very straightforward pricing structure we offer. It is for accountants $22.95 per client file linked to Qvinci per month. It is a subscription-based. You are strictly month-to-month. There is no long-term obligations to work with Qvinci. You can have as many, all of your clients, or as few as you like on the platform. There is a one-time setup and support fee because we do offer unlimited training and support ongoing for the lifetime of a relationship for our accounting firms. That I can cover with you folks individually. Depends on how many people we need to train initially in the firm, but that's usually around $800 at one time setup and unlimited support fee.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for addressing that. I know that a couple people were interested in that information, so thank you. The next polling question I'm going to run is, do you feel that your clients perceive you as their trusted financial advisor? And I'll give everyone a a couple of seconds here to answer in. Most people are saying yes. There's a couple no's, but the majority is yes for this polling question.
Excellent. So then I would say kudos to you, those of you who are now perceived as a strategic financial advisor, because as everyone I think is aware, this is where the industry is moving. This is what is going to be critical for maintaining your client base and growing your client base. For those of you that do not feel like that's how your clients perceive you, by all means, reach out. Let's visit how we can change that picture up so that you no longer put those clients at retention risk.
Absolutely, that's a very good point. And then the third polling question we have is growing advisory services, a key initiative for your firm. So again, kind of along the same wavelength there, what are the goals and initiatives that you have currently in your business and how we can align that? And again, coming in is we have 100% at yes, definitely, that growing advisory services is a key initiative. So
fantastic. I guess not all that surprising, given that you folks have taken some time on your Tuesday to research technological solutions in the accounting industry. So not surprising, but glad to know that everyone is moving in the right direction. And again, welcome the opportunity to discuss further specific initiatives for your folks' firms and how we might play a part in helping you achieve those.
Absolutely. And then one final question, just giving everyone the opportunity to, again, I know, Joseph, you shared your contact information, but again, just to put it out there, if anyone would be ready at this point to schedule a demo with Joseph and his team to discuss the unique challenges and initiatives and how Qvinci can be of help to that. So if the response that you have, yes or no, I will go ahead and share that after the presentation so that Joseph can reach out to you to get moving on that at this point. So thank you for your responses to the poll questions. Again, those will help with the CPE credits that we can offer for this session. And Joseph, as this last poll is winding down, if you have any closing comments before I take everything back and close us out for the day, I will open the floor to you.
Sure, excellent. Folks, all I'll say is thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I hope this was valuable in learning how we help firms drive their advisory engagements and just help them be more profitable. Again, I encourage you folks, if you have any interest whatsoever, just reach out to me. I would welcome the opportunity to speak with you directly. And again, thank you so much for attending today's webinar.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to just share my screen again one more time here, just to show everyone what's coming up with Technology Tuesdays to kind of wrap up 2019. I can't believe the year's almost over. So we have a couple of really exciting webinars coming up to wrap that up. Next week, we'll have our Chief Technology Officer and our Director of Hosting on the line to go over the reasons to host with out-of-the-box technology. So if you're in that sort of cloud hosting environment, not super happy with where you are, or you're ready to get in that lane, definitely join us next week and see what that's all about and the benefits that out-of-the-box technology can provide. And then we have our partners at Keep will be here right before Thanksgiving going over the perfect customer lifecycle. That's going to be an excellent, excellent session. I really encourage you to join that one. And then our Director of IT, Chad Lampton, will join us in December, just going over some tech tips, some really cool points that can kind of help you run more efficiently, not just in QuickBooks, but just kind of in technology in general. So check all of those out. Those should be really great sessions. I'm excited for all of those. And if you have any questions about Technology Tuesdays here at Out of the Box Technology, what we have to offer, here's my contact information as well. Feel free to reach out, and we look forward to seeing you again at a future session. Thank you and have a great day.